weather started getting rough. Tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost.
So right by our
Boondocking location
is the Maritime and Seafood Industry Museum. So we're gonna go check that out. It's pretty cool. It's right near the park that we showed you earlier. And here it is. There are a lot of steps.
Like
Rocky.
Come on, Rocky.
I just said the same thing, Rocky.
Come on, this is your chance to get in shape, homie.
Yes, we had one of the locals tell us about it. Said that it has a really moving documentary about Katrina with local reports and things like that. So I guess I should have brought tissues because I'm sure I'm going to need them. So for you shrimp lovers that hate peeling the shrimps, you're welcome. This is what makes it easier for you to eat your shrimp and not have to worry about peeling them. It is the La Paire shrimp peeling machine. And of course, before it made its appearance, we all peeled them by hand, and the workers were paid for the weight of the shrimp they peeled. Pretty interesting.
You know, Norman Dupin, his dad, we heard he was hooks on that while they were scooping that thing. I had a hook, hit him, and I throw him out the boat.
So that's pretty cool. We just watched a documentary about the history of Biloxi, and you know, they were once the seafood capital of the world. That's
crazy.
That's crazy, yeah. And I was reading a news article on one of the fishermen. He was a shrimper for 84 years, and like most of the locals, you know, they were out on their shrimp vessels, and that's how they made a living. In around 1960s, they would bring in barrels and barrels of shrimp, and they only made between $4 and $8 a barrel. I mean, that's literally what we pay per pound of shrimp. That's just
Crazy.
unfathomable. And after his 84-year run, unfortunately, he had to get out of the shrimping business. He had a costly repair on his shrimp boat. It was like $6,000. for the engine, and he couldn't afford it, so he dismantled his boat and set it on fire. And I mean, unfortunately, there's not very many local shrimpers anymore in the actual industry. You know, they do it for recreation and stuff, but the large vessels that come out and they do the shrimping all over are Vietnamese. And so with the fuel costs and labor and the expenses of the boats these days, the local shrimpers have pretty much gotten out of that industry. It's pretty sad. To be known as the shrimping or the seafood capital of the world and no longer be able to do what, you know, you and your forefathers and their forefathers have done, you know, for a living for a long time. It's kind of sad. Sad, you know, a little bit of history has been changed.
Yeah. It's a lot to be learned in this little museum, so we're going to keep working our way around and getting all this information and absorbing, because we love seafood. So.
Yes, and history and that.
Yeah.
Yes. We're nerds. We are. Let's go see what else we can learn. Wow, this is incredible. A sculptor named Marlon Miller, he created this piece out of Katrina driftwood. He wanted to reflect the fishing heritage of the Mississippi Gulf Coast. He's done a bunch of different sculptures that are over 3 stories high. And he actually has a book now with all of his things. Look at that. That's amazing. Here goes in a little bit about how Biloxi for over 300 years has been known for crabbing. And it goes a little bit into how they harvest them and everything. But my favorite way to catch crabs, which we used to do in Virginia on the Bay, is get some really stinky raw chicken. Tie it at the end of a string and throw it out in the water. And then you'll feel the crabs eating and tugging at the chicken, and then once they're really tugging, you just take the net and scoop them up in it. Then you take them home and steam them up, put some Old Bay on it. Yum. Just don't let them get loose, because the dogs will go crazy.
Hey lady, get out of the way. We're trying to catch crabs here.
You gonna catch some crabs in that?